Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 16 of my New York Mets Dynasty series here on Out of the Park Baseball 19. And today we're back with something a little bit different. I don't believe I've ever made an episode quite like this one before, but this is going to be a World Baseball Classic edition of the New York Mets Dynasty, or a World Cup of Baseball, as it's put in this. I promised I would do this in the last episode. I cut off the off-season episode a little bit early. I don't believe there's really going to be anything else happening in this offseason, as we already made our signings of those relievers that we waited till the beginning of February to sign. But anyway, we have the roster selection deadline today, and we are controlling Team USA. I know I pondered doing a different team just because Team USA is actually usually the best team in this World Cup of Baseball. But just based on talent alone and the fact that you can pretty much there's no in real life there's kind of like some back and forth. Like I don't think Mike Trout has ever done the World Baseball Classic. So the U.S. doesn't always necessarily get the best players, but they did win in 2017, of course, the most recent edition. So like if I just ask AI here, it probably picks most of the best players. I can see the ones that aren't picked are highlighted in white. And I'm just gonna sort by overall. Definitely see like I have full control over who I want on this team. Um, and I'll keep Mookie Betts and any other New York Mets that appear on here. DeGrom is on there. I'm wondering, I guess Conforto. We have a lot of good outfielders because even like Benintendi is not on this initial selection. Yelich, probably want him on there. Stanton and Derek Fisher. I mean, I think I'd rather have Benintendi than Fisher for sure. So do that one. Do that swap. And I guess we're not going to use Conforto. There's Buxton. I kind of wanted to get Royce Lewis on there too. I don't know what his overall is though. He might be a high potential low overall still. Um, I mean, all these position players, I don't think Tyler Wade's always a beast in this game. There isn't really an obvious like candidate that seems like he's out of place. Shouldn't be on here. James Pazos is on here. That's cool. He's got a good crop of relievers. Kyle Bearclaw is a very walk-prone guy. Jamie Callahan, that is kind of surprising because he hasn't really. I mean, he's highly rated, but he hasn't really shown anything in terms of his actual production. Chad Green, a starter now for the Yankees, and yeah, I mean there's Cody Allen, there's Chris Archer. I think Archer would be a good one to get on here, but I don't know who you put maybe over Chad Green. But I guess I kind of want Green. I kind of want to use Green as a multi-inning reliever, quite honestly. So I'm definitely keeping him on there. Maybe I could probably do Chris Archer over Kyle Bearclaw, but I don't need this many starters anyway. I'm probably gonna start DeGrom, Kluber, and maybe Aaron Nola or maybe Chris Archer. And I'm gonna take Bearclaw off the roster. And I think the rest of it I'm fine with. So we're gonna finalize, and then I don't think we have anything until the tournament begins. All right, so this is something new in this year's game. I think I've seen this once before, but not in this save. But Justin Dunn coming to me, asking for some money to start a charity of some sort. Or I guess I can start a charity or give a donation. I feel like I should just start a charity and make him happy. I mean, we just won the World Series. We must have money to blow, right? I'm just gonna do that, make him happy, because that's definitely gonna have a positive effect, right? Right? All right, so we have reached March 9th, the date of the tournament beginning, and our first game is on March 10th. We have Colombia, Canada, and the Dominican Republic. So the groups are pretty much always the same, I guess, in this. And we'll just take a look at it. We've got the four groups A, B, C, and D. We are in Group C. Same teams that are always grouped together, and I suppose it's supposed to be regional, although I guess it says China, Japan, and Australia, so that's sort of regional. But then Cuba just thrown in there. But that's how it was done in the previous years. But of course the teams switch sometimes because you have to qualify for it. So I kind of they don't really have that aspect of it in this game, but I don't blame them for that. I mean, I've only had this. This is only the second year they've had the World Cup of Baseball in this game, so even just getting it in there was a solid addition. But anyway, so we're just gonna go game by game, much like we do for a playoff episode, and just play out these games. I think if we make it all the way, I guess there's two group stages, right? And then like a semifinal and a final, so that would be 8 games at most. So could be a lengthy episode, but some of these games I think are going to be blowouts. Like I think we're going to beat Colombia 20-2. So we'll see how that goes though. So our most important game is probably going to be against the Dominican Republic, to be honest. So because of that, that might affect who I decide to start. But I'm just going to ask the manager for all of this stuff, and then I'll edit it when I actually go into the game. That's kind of weird that I didn't do that automatically, but I guess I'm the manager? I don't really know. I don't know how this works, to be honest with you. But anyway. So here we go, game number 1, and the question is, what do we want our lineup to look like? Well, I don't want to play guys who are hurt. I'm just gonna do that. Whoops, do that right off the bat. I guess Stanton is DHing, so I could go with Corey Seager, which is probably a good idea. They're throwing Merriman, Sugar Ray Merriman. I know Colombia does have Jose Quintana, so I'm kind of surprised he's not starting game 1 for them. But we could also go Bellinger, and we've got Posey catching. And I'm going to mix it up a little bit, like game 1 to game 2. The lineup's going to look a little different probably, much like they would do in real life. Just try to get some different guys in. But let's move Betts up. I want to hit Betts second, and Turner, we'll move him down. Hit him 8th, and this will be our lineup. So this is just a total mismatch, and I guess I'll just throw Kluber. I wasn't even really thinking, but I'll save DeGrom. I'll pitch DeGrom in that Dominican Republic game. Why not? But here we go. I'm just gonna go half inning because I'm fully expecting to win this game by a good amount. It's really that Dominican Republic game that will be interesting in this stage. This and the Canada game should be wins for us, and both us and the DR should be 2-0 entering that game. Kluber's not having trouble so far. Now we've got a few runs for him. Kluber's at 48 pitches. I'm not going to pitch him too much. This will probably be his last inning, to be honest. And then I'm going to go to Chad Green. I'm definitely going to be using Chad Green as a multi-inning guy in relief. But we'll just keep going here. Only a 3-run lead, so this is definitely not quite as much of a blowout as I thought it was going to be. It's not a blowout at all. But I mean, do they even have a hit yet? I certainly don't think we've been in any trouble. 1 hit so far, and it was allowed by Kluber. So bottom of the 6th, still 3-0, and we'll get someone else up in the pen. We also have a slew of good relievers, including Zach Britton. I really like AJ Minter. I want to lean on him probably as the closer. Although Britton is pretty filthy in his own right. Guess we'll get Britton up. Go see if, yep, Green gives us 1 more inning. 35 pitches for him. We'll go Britton in the 8th. Get 1 more run there. And we will go AJ Minter in the 9th. Britton 2 strikeouts and only threw 11 pitches. And there we go. A little bit more insurance. Probably don't need to throw Minter here, but does not matter. And there we go. 7-0. 1 hit by Colombia the entire game. So our pitching just dominating. And we finished with 13 strikeouts to no walks and 28 batters faced. So just a dominating performance by our pitching. And it looks like Betts had a pretty nice day. Bryant had a couple of hits. Seager had a couple of hits. And Turner had 3 hits, hitting 8th. Benintendi in a home run. Bryant with a home run. Betts with a home run. So there you have it. And we take the first game. We've got Canada. Second day of a back-to-back. So probably going to be avoiding using some of the guys I just used. But that probably won't be a problem because our roster is so deep. But I'm going to try and play it semi-realistically. And no, this is not the game I want to play. Do not care about our spring training game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Believe me, it's the least of my worries. But this Canadian team has a few more major leaguers than the Colombian team had. They have Votto, Tyler O'Neill, Russell Martin, Eric Wood, Josh Naylor, young first baseman, Dalton Pompey, and they're starting Nick Pivetta. I didn't know Nick Pivetta was Canadian. That's actually news to me. But all right, let's get some other guys in. So we're gonna go with Arenado at third base. We'll go with Luke Roy as the catcher. We're gonna do Betts in center again, and we'll do Yelich in right field for Bryce Harper. Actually, we're gonna play Harper again, and we'll play Yelich over Benintendi. And Seager at DH again. We have a couple other third basemen, honestly, but I want to play Arenado. I don't think any like what can Turner play first base? No, not really. I guess we could DH Turner. We'll just do that then. And lineup wise, hit Betts up again. We're gonna hit. I don't really have a lot of right-handed power with this lineup. Return the game. Let's do Turner lead off. Then Harper, Betts, Freeman, Turner, Yelich, Arenado, Wade, Lucroy. All right. And I'm not going to throw Robbie Ray. I'm going to throw Chris Archer. Guess I could throw Alex Reyes, but no, I want to throw Archer. I like Archer in a big spot like this. Little night game, 10:05 Eastern. It's pretty late for one of these games, and I did not mean to do that. Probably going to go half inning for the most part once again. Because although I would expect this to be a little bit more competitive than the last game, this is still a game we should win. Although one game, anything can happen. Canada does strike first with a run in the top of the first. Got a 1-0 lead so far. Archer, though, not having any other issues. 52 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk so far. Ooh, 2 more runs across. So now we're going to get the bullpen up. And let's get Aaron Nola up, I guess. Or maybe Alex Reyes. We'll see what Alex Reyes can do in relief. We'll see if we can. There we go. 1 run from a Justin Turner home run. So we're on the board. 3-1 through 4 innings. And it's Alex Reyes now getting into the game. And this is not an absolute must-win. I think. Well, I'm not sure actually. I think if we lose this game, we might have to beat the Dominican Republic to advance. Because I don't know if going 1-2 in group stage would get us through. It might come down to run differential at that point. So I'm not sure. This could be tricky if we don't win this. And it's not looking good right now. Reyes is at 12 pitches. Got the runner on second with no outs. Let's get Sean Doolittle up. And we'll go batter by batter, I suppose. That is going to be a base hit, and the runner's going to hold at third. So first and third, and no one out for Eric Wood, who goes down swinging. That's a big out, number 1. Now the number 9 hitter, Leith Dirtle, is at the plate. And Leith Dirtle, wow, Leith Dirtle is killing us as he gets an RBI single. Well, when Leith Dirtle is beating you, it just might not be your day. Let's put Doolittle in the game. Ray is done after 25 pitches. And it's Doolittle facing the switch hitter Pompey, who flies one to center. This one pretty well struck, but I think that's going to be caught at the warning track. And now 2 outs for Adam Hall. 3-1 count to Hall. This one struck well to the left, and that's going to get down. So make it 5-1 Canada. And this is not good. Doolittle needs to get Votto here. Votto flying one. Betts should be able to make this play, and he does. But 2 more runs across for Canada, and that makes it 5-1. So this is not looking good for us. We'll get Ken Giles up next. And Doolittle threw 13 pitches that inning. I'm just going to go to Giles, since we have plenty of relievers to use anyway. And he threw 16 pitches. We'll get Pazos up next, because why not? And we'll do runners in scoring position. But wow, this Canadian pitching staff is kind of shutting us down right now, and that's honestly disappointing as hell. Definitely going to be using the Game 1 lineup when we play the Dominican Republic if this continues. And we'll give Callahan the 9th. But let's see what happens. Here we go, 2 on with no one out for Harper. A little bit of a rally going. Murdoch Wither is in, and Harper strikes out. Okay. Mookie Betts facing Murdoch Wither once again. Oh no, it's Dustin Mulligan. And ooh, Betts to deep left field. And just like that, it's a one-run game. So that's what we've been waiting for. Mookie Betts. It's really some of these matchups are kind of like men against boys, and that's really what I'm looking for when it's. Here we go, a new guy. Cletus Dufford is in the game. He's facing a lefty Freeman. Oh, and Freeman's got 2 strikes on him, and he goes down looking. Turner now. All right, he's facing a legit major leaguer in James Paxton, although albeit a guy that I don't even think was on our postseason, or I guess he was on our postseason roster, and he gets a big out number 3 right there. So Canada with a 1-run lead heading into the 9th. At least we made this a game. Callahan in. Come on, Callahan. Guess we'll get Will Smith up. We'll get Smith and this guy whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. 2 strikes on LaCroix. He goes down swinging. Now it's Roberge. And Roberge. Oh, my God. Is our defense that bad? Oh, my gosh, man. Winton, Roberge killing us. Let's just go half inning. See how bad it's going to. All right. Guess we'll get Tui Viola in the game if we extend this. We've got 6, 7, 8 due up, and it's Jessen Tarian in the game. And Yelich grounding out. Beautiful. Dirtle with the nice play to retire Yelich. And now we have Arenado at the dish. He's got 3-2 count. He's 0 for 3 today. Rips that one into center, but that's going to be caught by Pompey. 2 outs. And it's Tyler Wade who's striking out swinging. So Canada beats us. That is definitely an upset. And that could be costly. We might have to beat the Dominican Republic now to advance. We'll see. Depends on Canada's record, I suppose. If the who's the other team? Colombia. If Colombia beats Canada and the 3 of us are 1 and 2, assuming they both lose to the Dominican Republic, then we could have a 3-way tiebreaker if we lose to the Dominican as well. And right now, Canada is 3-0. So the winner of this game is moving on with Canada. Canada also beat the Dominican Republic, and they are a plus 14 in the run differential. So they are like killing it right now. This is kind of very surprising. But this is the game right here, us versus the Dominican. Winner is going to move on. In the other stages, it looks like Cuba and Australia. I don't know if they're playing each other, but they could be having a similar game. Looks like Chinese Taipei and South Korea are going to advance unless the Netherlands. I guess the Netherlands has to play Taiwan, actually. So if the Netherlands wins that game, there could be a 3-way tie. And if Mexico beats Italy, there could be a 3-way tie there. So a lot of potential 3-way ties. But here we go. This is the game of the tournament right here, because these are 2 teams who could win, us and the Dominican, and only one of us is making it out of this group stage. So this is win or go home, which is pretty exciting stuff, much like some of the wild card games we're seeing this week. And I said I was saving him for this game, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Jacob deGrom. He is throwing this game against the Dominican Republic. Our ace on the Mets. I guess he was our ace last year with Syndergaard out. Back to being the number 2, but we'll ignore that. And Stanton is healthy, fully healthy now, and I'm gonna leave him in there over Corey Seager. I'm sure Seager was he was playing pretty well. I could play Seager at shortstop, but I feel like our defense is Turner's not that much better, but he has been hitting the ball as well. But I feel like Seager is an upgrade over Turner. And could I play one of them at second base? I could maybe play Trey Turner at second base. So I'm going to do that. And I want to hit Betts up in the lineup. We'll hit Stanton 4th, Freeman 5th, then Bryant, Benintendi, Posey, Turner. This lineup is insane. And here we go. You see in their lineup they've got Wilmer Difo, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Nomar Mazara. A little bit of a younger flair on this Dominican Republic team. Kind of a new guard of sorts. The old Dominican Republic team, I think it was 2013 when they won it all. They had Fernando Rodney, Jose Reyes. I don't think David Ortiz was on that team. I think he played on some of the earlier teams, like maybe the 06 team. But kind of a younger Dominican Republic team here, which is cool to see. Marcelo Ozuna is kind of I guess Ozuna and Ramirez are kind of the veterans of the group. Because other than that, it's Candelario, Francisco Mejia, it's Tapia, Ahmed Rosario, and Luis Castillo. No one in this lineup is over 29 years old. And I guess you could consider Wilmer Defoe a bit of a veteran of this group. It's probably his first time on the roster. So pretty interesting roster. What the hell? I just clicked start game. So here we go. In this game, I guess this is also in LA. I can't really tell. Yeah, it says Los Angeles Crowns. This is a day game though. I know when this matchup happened last time, it was in Miami. So I was wondering if that might happen. But anyway, here we go. We'll treat this like the winner take all game that it is, or not winner take all, winner go home game that it is, and go runners in scoring position appropriately. And it's Mazzara with a home run off of DeGrom to strike first for the Dominican Republic. They have a 1-0 lead. We've got 2 on and no out though in the top of the second, and we are the away team this game. I think we were the home team for the first 2 games. But that's a strikeout. Now Benintendi into right field, and that is going to be caught by Mazzara. 2 down for Buster Posey. Posey grounding at third base to second, and they got him. Good play by Miguel Sano. Sano, did he start? No, he must have come in for Candelario, I guess. And Arcia, they've already made a couple subs. What the hell? Or the lineup they had was not the lineup that they actually went with, but yeah, Sano in the game. I don't know. That's weird. Here we go, bottom 2. And DeGrom getting through that. Now let's see who is going to get the next chance. And there we go, a 2-run home run from Andrew Benintendi. He had 27 last year, 2019, and he hits a big one off of Luis Castillo. Gives us a 2-1 lead, and we are continuing with 2 outs, nothing going there. DeGrom is at 57 pitches, so we're going to get someone up in the bullpen. We're going to get Chad Green up and get him ready to come in if needed. See if DeGrom can give us this 4th inning, and he does. He's at 70 pitches, so we're not going to push him past that. And we're going to get Chad Green in the game. So here we go, bottom 5 as it starts to turn to dusk here in Los Angeles. I guess this is 5:12 local time. But there we go, Green with a scoreless 5th. And probably try to get 2 innings out of him like we did last time. So let's see at bottom 6, and there we go. Chad Green has been a stud for us. Only 20 pitches too. I kind of feel like maybe he could start out the next inning as well. As we've got a man on second in Buster Posey with 1 out for Corey Seager in the top of the 7th. And they're going to intentionally walk Corey Seager to bring Betts to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. And he takes strike 3 looking. So 2 down for Bryce Harper. Harper flying 1 into center. And that is going to be caught by Tapia for the 3rd out of the inning. So still 2-1 as this has been a low scoring affair. And Green is at 20 pitches. I'm definitely going to see if he can give us 1, 2, maybe even 3 more outs before I turn the game over to Zach Britton. We'll go Britton and then Minter probably after Green is done. But let's go batter by batter. It's Ozuna. Hitting one pretty well to center, but that is more or less right at Mookie Betts. And that's going to be out number 1. Now it's Orlando Arcia, who had 4 hits in the game 163 against the Cubs the other day. He grounds out to the shortstop here. 2 outs for Francisco Mejia. And Mejia also grounding 1. So Chad Green, 3 scoreless innings. And it might have been 9 up, 9 down. I'm not sure for him, but he was mighty impressive here today. Still only 28 pitches. I don't need to push him beyond what I already have because I have Britton and Minter still. But yeah, I think he went 9 up, 9 down. So that's pretty impressive. I guess we had an error, so maybe guy could have reached on an error, but nonetheless, still an incredibly impressive performance from Chad Green. Now to the top of the 8th we go. Nothing going there, so still just a 1-run lead for Britton as he enters this game. And he gets through the 8th unscathed. So it's going to be A.J. Minter in the 9th, a 19-pitch 8th inning for Britton. And we get an RBI triple from Mookie Betts. I'm not sure who he drove in. There's 2 outs, so it could have been a few different guys. But still, that's a big insurance run. And now we've got Harper up. He's got a 3-1 count. He's going to take ball 4 from Michael Feliz of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It is stand-up now. He's got a 3-0 count. That's going to be ball 4 as well, so the bases are loaded. And it's going to be Freddie Freeman up with a chance to do some damage here, but he strikes out swinging. So Feliz getting out of it, only allowing the one run. Still, that run could be big. We make it 3-1 now in this winner go home game against the Dominican Republic in the final game of the group stage for us and for the DR in this year's World Baseball Classic. So here we go. AJ Minter on for the ninth. He's dealing with 2-3-4 in this Dominican Republic lineup. And it's Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's got some pop, but he strikes out swinging. And now it's Mazara, also a home run hitter, but a home run here still, we would have the lead. And it's Mazara grounding one to the first baseman for out number 2. So we are 1 out away from moving on to the second group stage. It's Jaimer Candelario into the game now, grounding one, and that is out number 3, and the U.S. is moving on. A big win over the Dominican Republic after this upstart Canadian team went 3-0 in the first group stage, and they beat both the U.S. and the Dominican Republic, which set up this win or go home game against us in the DR, and that was a good game. DeGrom with an impressive performance through 70 pitches, and then the bullpen, once again, just like in the first game against Colombia, absolute dominance. This time it was 5 no-hit innings with 5 strikeouts, no walks, and might have faced the minimum as Benintendi gets player of the game as he hit the big home run. That got us started, the 2-run home run. And we are moving on. So big stuff there. And I think we're going to be taking on, so I think we are going to be matched with Group D for this second group stage. And we've got to set our roster once again. I'm not even going to change it, honestly. I think we'll just keep it as is. But let's see, playoff coverage. So here we go. The semifinal group is how this game formats it. But same idea. We're going to be playing Puerto Rico, Canada, and Mexico. And we're going to have to go at least 2-1, if not 3-0, to advance. 3-0 would guarantee us in advance, but 2-1 could potentially make it a 3-way tie if one of these teams goes 0-3. That's the thing about these group stages is really can go a number of ways. Just like Canada. Canada getting in here, definitely an upset. In the other side of the bracket, no surprises, I would say. If we go to expanded standings, Israel and the Netherlands probably expect Taiwan and South Korea to make it out of that group, and Cuba and Japan for sure you would expect to make it out of this group. I guess Group B is a little bit more up for grabs. I think Israel made it out of group play in the 2017 Classic, but the Netherlands made it to the finals or to the semifinals. I think twice. They've made nice little runs. So, and South Korea, I think, is a team that will have more success at the World Baseball Classic as the years go on, because I think if you look at the kind of reemergence of their Little League program in the Little League World Series the last 6 years now, and of course they made it to the finals this year. They won the international side. I think that's gonna start to show itself, and already kind of has started to show itself because you've seen more Korean players in Major League Baseball over the last 5-6 years. More players coming over from the KBO, and Korea starting to establish itself as a solid baseball power. So I think they'll be able to compete. But I'm not sure. I don't remember how far they've made it in the past. I think they made it out of group play last time around, but I don't even remember, to be honest. But anyway, so let's skip ahead. I don't think our first game is Canada. We have Canada, Puerto Rico, and then Mexico within 5 days. 3 games in 5 days, I guess. And pretty cool to see here, Mookie Betts second in OPS in the tournament so far. But it looks like Shuang is also playing pretty well for Taipei. He's had a hit in all 5 of their games. So that is pretty cool to see. But here we go, and we're about halfway through a little more than halfway through spring training, and we haven't had a major injury yet. So that's a very good to see. And no, I don't want to play the Dodgers in spring training. They have Johnny Peralta. Are you kidding me? I did not just see Johnny Peralta's name. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. I swear I saw his name, though. All right, here we go. And apparently we've got to reset our lineup. So, going to have to do this again. Ask manager and ask manager. And here we go. Probably throw Kluber in this game. I guess we'll keep the same rotation we had, although our game 2 starter wasn't very good in Archer. Actually, Archer was fine. Kluber was dynamite, though. He did play Colombia, so kind of an unfair advantage for him to compare against DeGrom and Archer. But anyway, we're going to keep playing Betts. But maybe we'll play Pollock in center. And we'll play Betts in right field for Harper since Harper has been struggling. And we'll keep Stanton in. We'll do Corey Seager at shortstop again, and Trey Turner at second base. And we'll go Freeman then Stanton, then Benintendi, Bryant, Posey, Pollock, I suppose. And I'm going to keep this lineup in because this lineup has been the lineup that's been doing work for us. So I guess we could use another. I'm going to go with Bellinger over Freeman, I guess, since Freeman has been struggling. And we'll go with Grandal over Posey this time around. Give Grandal a game at catcher. And I feel like I should give Kyle Seager a game, to be honest. But Bryant's been playing so well, and no, it's Turner. Seager has not played yet. I'm gonna keep Bryant in there because he's been playing too well to take out. So, all right, and this is against Canada. So this is a game Canada beat us the first time around. This is a game I feel like we kind of have to win because I know those matchups against Mexico and Puerto Rico are going to be tougher. Although Mexico and Canada could be relatively equal teams. Although I would give Mexico a slight edge even without looking at the rosters. But here we go. We're already off to a good start. A 5-1 lead. I haven't even been going total runners in scoring position as I suppose I maybe should be. But we are already jumping on this Canadian pitching staff so much more than we did. I think this is Mike Soroka pitching for them, who is actually a nice little prospect. I think he came up for the Braves at one point this year and looked pretty good. But that's going to be a ground ball. No double play, and we got a run home. I guess both teams will take that because that was Grandal at the dish. So we get another run across. Pollock now with 2 on, 1 out. That is through for another RBI base knock. Make it 7-1. And now we're back up to the top of the lineup in Trey Turner. So a chance to do even more damage. Turner ground ball could be 2. He's a tough man to double up though, and he beats it. So that's going to keep the inning alive for Corey Seager, who is always a threat. He pops one up though, foul territory, and that's going to be Votto making the play. So that is out number 3, but 2 more runs. That makes it 7-1 US. And I'm just going to keep going half inning for Kluber. Probably give him just a rough inning for Kluber. Okay. And he came out of the game. Sprained ankle. How many pitches did he end up throwing? Hopefully it wasn't too many. It's not going to tell me. All right. I guess he threw 81 pitches, which is not that much, but he did sprain his ankle. Let's get Chad Green up. None other than, as this is now definitely a competitive game. 7-5 into the 5th we go. Chad Green looking for 2 innings out of him. See if we can make it happen. See if he can make it happen. As we get 2 more runs in that 5th inning. And Green threw 13 pitches. And look at Chad Green go. He is really been a big-time performer for us. And let's get Robbie Ray up. I wonder how Ray would do as a multi-inning reliever. I feel like he could be pretty good. But we'll see. As we're going to get him in the game with a 4-run lead. And we'll see what he can do for us. As maybe he gives us 2 innings here. He gave up 1 run. But he gets us to the 9th. And I'm going to turn the game over to Britton in the 9th. With that 9-6 lead. 6-9 deficit. Nice little deficit for Canada here as we enter the 9th. And Britton with 2 on and 2 out. But it's Dirtle. Is Dirtle going to make us pay? Oh, they call a balk on Britton. It doesn't really matter because the tying run's still at the plate. But now full count. And that is strike 3. So Britton hangs on. Britton and the rest of the U.S. team hang on for the win. A big win in game number 1 of this second group stage in this World Baseball Classic / World Cup of Baseball 2020 edition. And here we have the Kluber injury, sprained ankle. So we won't be able to use him probably for the rest of this group stage, but we weren't planning on it anyway. So we've had some competitive games here. This has been a nice competitive tournament so far, which is good. But we so far are 3-1 and have put ourselves in a pretty good position. I think we can probably, unless Canada goes 0-3, if we split these next 2 games, then we should be good. If Canada just beats one of these 2 teams and prevents one of them from well, basically the only way that we go 2-1 and don't advance is if it's a three-way 2-1 tie. Any other situation, we would move on, being 2-1. So as long as Canada doesn't go 0-3, then all we have to do is split these next two games to advance. But we'll see. And if we advance after this, then it's just a semifinal game and then a championship. There's no more group stage, no more mulligan losses we can take. But a win in this game would pretty much assure us. It actually depends on how that first game went for Puerto Rico. And if we go to playoffs, Puerto Rico lost to Mexico. So if we win, then I guess Puerto Rico could still be the team that goes 0-3 and screw us over in the end. So yeah, I guess we don't guarantee ourselves anything actually by winning this game. But on the other side of things, Japan, they're 2-0. Cuba is 1-1, I'm gonna assume, or maybe 1-0, maybe just 1-0. I'm not really sure. But anyway, Japan's got 2 wins. Cuba has 1 win. South Korea and Taiwan both winless. And this is us versus Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico could still get it if they're 1-2. But not if both us and Mexico win. I guess if both us and Mexico win, then we're pretty much set. And that last game is only going to matter for seeding. I'm not even sure if that's the case because Canada could still go 2-1. So I don't think anything is assured by this game, and I should probably just start it. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to keep rolling out this same lineup because they've been scoring runs. Put Seager at short, at Turner at second base. And Bellinger, how did he do? He went 1 for 4. Did have a 2-run home run. I guess we'll keep him in then. And I want to give someone else a game at DH. Maybe we could do, so Stan's at left. Let's go Stan on the bench, Turner at DH, Betts in right. I guess Betts in, well, can Betts play left? Not really. But Harper probably can't either. Harper can kind of play left. We'll play him in left and play Betts in right. And I want Seager up here. And we'll do Bryant 6th, then Turner, Posey Pollock, and back to the top. Game 2, I guess we'll go Aaron Nola this. Well, how did Archer do? I don't even remember. 4 innings, 3 runs. We'll go Aaron Nola this time. Matched up against Puerto Rico. And then we're going to go DeGrom in the final game again because I want to keep using DeGrom in those big spots. But here we go. Us against Puerto Rico. Their lineup, not too imposing. They have Kike Hernandez. Then they have Lindor and Correa in the middle here. They still have this stud infield that they had last time around with Lindor, Correa, and Baez. And this was the team that faced the U.S. in the final last time around. But they had a few more major leaguers than they have in this lineup. Like Edwin Rios, Danny Ortiz, this Edwin Rivera guy, or Emmanuel Rivera guy. These guys are not really major leaguers. They do have Eddie Rosario. And they're throwing Hector Santiago, who's kind of a fringe major league starter. So we definitely have the talent edge in this matchup. And we sent a few guys to the plate in that inning, but no one coming across. And Puerto Rico jumping on Aaron Nola in the first inning. So let's see. Now a runner on second and 1 out for Ortiz. But he strikes out on the curveball. 2 down for Emmanuel Rivera. 3-1 count. He takes ball 4 from Nola. Now it's Hernandez. And Hernandez hitting one sharply to the right side. That is down in right field for a base hit. Runner coming around. Betts his throw not in time. Make it 2-0 Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico jumping on Aaron Nola here in these first 2 innings. Still 2 outs and it's Lindor. He strikes out looking. Excuse me. Third strikeout for Nola, but he's given up 2 runs and it's 2-0 through 2. Nothing going there for us. Nola through his 3rd inning of work. He's throwing 57 pitches. Green kind of unavailable. Let's get Archer up, I guess. We'll stack a couple starters on top of each other here. See what we can do. As we've got Mookie Betts on second base for Cody Bellinger with 1 out. And Bellinger smoking one to center. That's over the center fielder's head. And down for extra bases. Bellinger slides in a second. Betts crosses the plate, and it's 2-1 Puerto Rico. As the U.S. is on the board on the RBI double from Cody Bellinger. Now it is Chris Bryant's turn. Still with just 1 out. He flares one to shallow right. Looks like the second baseman going out to make the play. That is Javi Baez. making a nice defensive play for the second out of the inning. Justin Turner up. Turner hitting one to right center field. That's going to get down. Another run across for the U.S., and this game is tied. So a couple of Dodgers driving in some runs here for the U.S. to tie up the game in the fourth inning. Cody Bellinger and Justin Turner both with RBI doubles. And now it's Posey with a chance. 2 outs, and he gets hit on the 1-2 pitch by Santiago. So now A.J. Pollock with 2 men on. He's going to hit one into right center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. 1 run across. Posey is at third. He is going to be waved around. The relay is not in time, and Buster Posey scores. It's a 2-run double for A.J. Pollock, and just like that, we've doubled up Puerto Rico 4-2. 4 runs across this inning for the U.S., and still going. Much of this damage being done with 2 outs. That is strike 3 looking to Corey Seager, and Santiago out of the inning. But there we go. We take a 4-2 lead, and we're turning the game over to Chris Archer in the bottom of the 4th. And we'll see if he can give us a few innings here, as he's done 2 scoreless so far. Now Pollock with another chance with 2 on and 2 out. Runners on first and second this time, and he takes ball 4. The bases are going to be loaded for Corey Seager. He's facing Soto here, a lefty. This ball flown to center. I don't think this is going to get down. Oh, it is going to get down, and that's going to score 3 more runs for the U.S. Hernandez couldn't make the play. I thought he was going to have that one, but it bounced in front of him. And the audio saying it skipped to the wall. Certainly didn't look like it, but a 3-run double for Corey Seager, and it's 7-2. So just like that, we've blown the game open. Kind of surprising. That looked like it was going to be a nothing fly ball to me. That is strike 3 looking to Trey Turner for out number 3. But we head to the bottom of the 6th, and Archer only had 21 pitches. I'm going to let him keep going probably. How many pitches has he thrown? 31. Yeah, definitely keep him in there. 4 innings now, 40 pitches. He's cruising. I feel like I should just let him go if he's going to give us the rest of this game. He is certainly cruising. 50 pitches through 5 innings. And wow, Chris Archer. Chris Archer with 6 perfect innings in relief. Holy smokes. That might almost be more impressive than the offensive output that we put up on this. I guess this Puerto Rico pitching staff, like I said, not the absolute best, that's for sure. But Chris Archer, I think he earned himself another start in this if we make it out of this group stage. So let's see how things went in these other games, and that will determine whether or not we have clinched a spot in the next round or not. I just was redundant right there, but all right, we'll advance to this next day, I think. If Puerto Rico and Canada are both winless, but they might be playing each other. And all right, Canada won. So I think, all right, we can still definitely get screwed over because this last game is Puerto Rico-Canada. So if Canada wins that and Mexico beats us, then there will be this 3-way 2-1 tie. And I'm not sure what the tiebreaker would be. If it's a run differential, then I think we're probably fine because we're plus 16. And Puerto Rico is -2 right now, so they'd have to absolutely blow out Canada. And I'm not sure what Mexico is because I can't really look at them. Here we go. Oops. Mexico, Canada. Canada has a good run differential, so if they get in this tiebreaker, and yeah, Puerto Rico, they can't. They're winless, so the only way this happens is if they go 0-3. But Mexico's run differential is not impressive. They have not scored a lot of runs at this World Baseball Classic, but they have had some good pitching. So anyway, if we win, then it doesn't matter. If we win, then it's going to be us, and then it could be a 3-way tie at 1-2, depending on how that Puerto Rico-Canada game goes. But